Hello everyone, welcome to Science class with me Mr. Satya Trianto. Today I will review you about the force and its kind. Force and its type. There are many kinds of force, such as magnetic force, force of gravity, frictional force, electrical force, and spring force. Today we discuss about the magnetic force. I believe you know about the magnet and many magnet and its type different to each other. Magnet is an object that creates magnetic field around it. Magnet can attract certain objects without touching. The materials that can be attracted by magnet such as iron, nickel, steel, cobalt, and neodymium. How about the paper and wood? Paper and wood cannot be attracted by magnet. Magnet has two poles, south and north. Magnetic fields. Magnetic fields is an area where a magnet can still attract certain object. This is look like the line. This line, according to the experiment by scientists with iron dust, and then they make a pattern look like this. So this is magnetic field. If you put something here close with the pattern, later the iron, for example, can be attracted by the magnet. At the end of the magnet, it is the very strong attraction. First discoverer of magnet. The word magnet derives from magnesia. It is the name of a place where magnet is first found. The natural magnet, we can call that lodestone. Today we will learning about the properties of magnet. Magnet can pull certain object. Magnetic force can penetrate an object. And magnet also has two poles, north-seeking pole, or we can say north pole, and south-seeking pole or south pole. And also magnet has push force and pull force. And also magnet has magnetic field. How about the magnet can pull certain object? Magnet can attract certain metals such as iron, nickel, cobalt, and other magnetic objects. There are ferromagnetic, the material that are strongly attracted to a magnet. Example, iron, nickel, and cobalt. Paramagnetic, material that are weakly attracted to a magnet. Example, aluminium. And diamagnetic, materials that are cannot attracted to a magnet. Example, gold, silver, mercury, and copper. This is example of magnet. This is U-shaped magnet. Can attract the metal. This is iron. Magnetic force can penetrate an object. Magnet can attract ferromagnetic material between non-magnetic material because magnet has ability to penetrate an object. For example, look at this picture. This is the magnet and this is the iron. Between iron and magnet, there are the carton or paper. Paper, this is non-magnetic material. So, while we put paper or something or wood, thin wood, between the magnet and the iron, it still can attract the material such as iron because magnet has ability to penetrate an object. Magnet has two poles. The ends of a magnet are called magnetic poles. These poles are different. The scientists name them as a North Pole and South Pole. Where this object magnetic or not magnetic? Number 1, this is magnetic material. This non-magnetic material. This non-magnetic material. This non-magnetic material, and this is magnetic material. This not magnetic material, this non-magnetic material, this sometime magnetic material, and this of course non-magnetic material. This non-magnetic material, this non-magnetic material, and sometime here magnetic material. If they are magnetic, they will stick to the magnet. Yes, of course. If non-magnetic, they cannot attract that object. These are a kind of magnet, many shape of magnet. While they different shape and size, they only have 2 poles, north and south. Look at this. This is bar magnet. This is cylindrical magnet, or we can say rod magnet. This is U-shaped magnet. This is horseshoe magnet. This is circular magnet, and this is the ring magnet, not donut magnet. And also, to make a compass, there are needle magnet. Continue property of magnet. Magnet has push force and pull force. How to make that? The like pole can repel to each other. Example, North Pole repels North Pole also. The unlike pole can attract to each other. Example, North Pole attracts South Pole. Look at this picture. Opposite pole attract to each other. For example, South and North. Same poles will repel. For example, South and South, North and North. Look at this picture. Repel if same color, attract if different color or different pole. Magnet has magnetic field. These iron fillings make an orderly pattern of line. Mass filling go to the ends of the magnet, because the end of magnet strong attraction. How about the natural magnet versus artificial magnet? Natural magnet is a natural rock that has magnetic properties. This rock contains magnetism. It is the oxide of iron. We can say lodestone. It can attract the iron. Natural magnet was used by ancient people as navigation pointer. Look at this picture. Early Chinese compass or 100 before century. Artificial magnet. There are 3 ways to make magnet. They are by induction, stroking, and using electricity. Induction. Attach iron to a bar magnet. The iron will become a magnet and attract another iron. Look at this picture. This is iron. They will become a magnet also. Stroking. Stroke an iron with a magnet in an orderly direction by stroking in one direction. We rearrange the iron domains so that they become aligned. Thus, the iron becomes a magnet. It must one direction. To make inside the metal bar become aligned, the domain inside the steel bar. Electricity. Electric current that flows from the battery to the wire has turned the nail or coil into a magnet. We can say electromagnet. Look at the picture. More number of coils, the stronger the electromagnetic of the nail is. Coil is turning of wire or cable. Look like this. This is the battery, and this is the nail. This is simple electromagnetic. The component to make electromagnet consists of battery, wire or cable, iron nail, and coiled wire. Make it turn like this. And then after we connect all the cable, positive and negative like this, later the nail become magnet. It is not permanent magnet. It will become magnet while the wire connect to the battery. If we cut the wire, later the magnet will be loose. Magnet can lose their magnetism by dropping them, hitting them, and hammering them. What else? Okay. After hitting, dropping, and hammering, you can knocking it. If you're knocking them, the magnet will be loose also. Don't do that at home. Uses of magnet. There are many things. Uses of magnet around us. Number 1, for pencil box. Number 2, compass. Number 3, dynamo to generate electric. Number 4, refrigerator door. Number 5, television. Number 6, alarm. Number 7, credit card. Number 8, speaker. Number 9, electric motor. Number 10, cassette. 11, compact disc. Look at this picture. Uses of magnet around us. And uses of magnet also. The magnetic levitation. Train is a train that does not use any wheel. The train is floating above the track. There is a repulsive force between the bottom parts of the train with the rail track. So it means the train will be float on the track because no resistance between train and the track, so the train can be moved faster than conventional or normal train. It is very sophisticated, look like the Shinkansen. Okay, we continue. Gravity force. Why an object always fall downward? It is because the object is pulled by the earth. The earth's pull force is called force of gravity. It is made this everything can fall down to the earth. Like this also. You throw something, for example the ball will fall down to the ground or to the earth. Now frictional force. You can identify from this picture the principle of frictional force, pushing force, and this is the motion, this is the friction between two contact object. It is hard to push a block wood on rough table. Frictional force or friction, it means resistive force. Rougher, high friction, smoother, lower friction. So friction also produce sound. Produce weird sound. For example, a door hinge that squeaks. It is because the hinge is not slick. To make the hinge not squeaks anymore, we can lubricate the hinge. We can use the lubricant such as the oil. Engine should be lubricated too to prevent it from wearing out. How to increase the friction? Gloves are made entire because they grip slippery surface. So look at this. Without the gloves, the car will be slippery on wet road. Put spikes on soccer shoes. It is to increase the friction to make the people not slippery on wet area. braking vehicle, friction happens between the brake and wheel of vehicle. Look at this. This holds to increase the friction. How to increase the friction? Therefore, vehicle usually run slowly on rainy day, so they can stop easily. Otherwise, they can get slip in slippery road. Frictional force slow down object motion, even make it stop. Now we continue to electric force. Electric force is a force produced by electric charge. There are two types of electric charge, namely positive charge and negative charge. If unlike electric charge, they will attract to each other. If like electric charge, they will repel. For example, positive and positive, they will repel. Negative and negative, they will repel. The application for that: if you use the comb and rub to your hair, later the comb will be attract small piece of paper. It is not because magnetic force, it is because electric force. Don't forget. And this is not a magic, it is science. The experiment. Look at this. It is attract after you rub the comb to the hair. Now, let's continue to spring force. Spring force come out due to elasticity of matter. The example of elastic matter: rubber band, spring, slingshot, archery, etc., such as trampoline. Trampoline also has elastic matter, so they have spring force. Spring also has spring force because they elastic and able to back to original shape before you pull it. Slingshot also, when the rubber sling of a slingshot is pulled and the release, the spring force will throw the rock away. It is also for archery. When the bowstring is pulled and released, the spring force will throw the arrow forward. After we learning chapter 1 about the force, now we continue to chapter 3, light and sight. Source of light or luminous object can produce or emit their own light. Example: the sun, lamp, candle, and fire. Source of light. Source of light. Light is a form of energy that enable us to see. These are natural light source. For example, aurora, lightning, star, fireflies, and also we know the sun. How about a comet? Comet also natural light source. It is not every day we can see. How about this? You know this? This is firefly. Yes, fireflies is also natural light source. Artificial light source. What artificial means? Artificial is man-made. Light originating from a man-made source. Example, light made by a battery or electricity. Oil lamp, also artificial light source, because human made it. This is natural versus artificial. This number 1. Is it natural or artificial? It is depend on if human made or man made. It is artificial. If natural come from natural, for example from volcano, it is natural. This is natural. The sun, natural. Lightning, natural. This is artificial. This flashlight, artificial. Fireplace, natural. Candle, artificial. Lamp, artificial. This is lamp, neon lamp, artificial. How about the moon? The moon is not light source. This is reflect the light from the sun. Properties of light. Light also has properties such as light can be reflected. To make light can reflect it, we can use the mirror. So if we go to barber shop, we can see more than one mirror between you and behind you, front of you and behind you, because they can reflect your head, and you can see what do you want to cut your hair. Next, light can pass through transparent object. For example, if we put between the light source and the eye, there are clear glass, the light still can pass through it, because light has ability to pass through transparent object. How about the opaque object and dark object? It is cannot. How about the translucent? Translucent still can, but reduce the light, not so clear like the transparent object. So if dark and opaque object, it can block the light. Light also can travel in straight line. If I have the laser pointer, the light will be travel in straight line also. How to make it? How to identify it? Use the smoke or water moisturizer, and then turn on the laser pointer. Later you can see the light beam. It is straight line. Okay, light can be refracted. Don't confuse between reflected and refracted. Can you compare between left and right? Yes, it is look like bent or broken. Actually, it is not like that. It is because light can be refracted by water, because different medium between water and the reflection. Reflection can be divided into two. What are they? Light follows the law of reflection. The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Light can bounce or reflect off material in two ways. Number one, diffuse reflection. Reflected rays go in different directions, happen in rough textured or uneven surface. Number two, irregular, or we can say specular reflection. Reflected ray go in one direction only, happen in smooth and shiny surface. Image can be seen. It is, for example, for the mirror. Specular versus diffuse reflection. Specular reflection is when light is reflected at an angle from a smooth surface. You can see this. Specular reflection. And diffuse reflection is when light is reflected in all directions from a rough surface. You can compare this between specular and diffuse reflection. What is the law of reflection? Always follow a simple rule, the law of reflection. It states that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. You can see this, and you can see the red line. It means if the angle of incidence, for example, 30 degree, the angle of reflection also 30 degree with the condition plane mirror. It must plane mirror and flat. How about 40 degree? If angle of incidence 40 degree, what will happen to angle of reflection? Of course, it is also 40 degrees. You can see this. Light reflection by mirror. Light also can be reflected by the mirror. Types of mirror: there are plane mirror, convex mirror, concave mirror. Plane mirror or flat mirror, it is for everyday usage, for bathroom mirror and also for wastafel mirror. You can see this. Convex mirror. Convex mirror, the mirror bend outward, so the shiny one outward. Example, the back of a spoon. Side view, or we say in bahasa Indonesia, kaca spion for car or motorcycle. Concave mirror bend inward, so the shiny one inward. Example, satellite dish, the front of a spoon. This is the examples of convex mirror. This for the supermarket, for side view of car or motorcycle, for a room, usually at intersection. This is the examples of concave mirror. The usage for telescope inside the headlamp of car and also for flashlight. Refraction. Refraction. When light passes through different material, air and water, it bends. Refraction is the bending of light. Look at this straw in a glass of water. Can you see where the light makes the straw look bent? Okay, you can see this. Pencil bent. Actually, it is not bent, it is still straight. And this is the fisherman. It is the wrong, because what they see, it is an illusion, not real condition. This is how to take the fish. If you see this fish, it is actually not what you see, because the actual close with you. It is because light can be refracted. Like ray bend toward the normal when entering water. Amount of bending depends on material, wavelength, and incident angle. If the light from less dense medium to more dense medium, it will be close to normal line. If the light comes from more dense medium, it will be far away from the normal line. White light is broken into various colors. White light consists of several light colors. To make white light can become several colors of rainbow, we can use glass prism. It is also for the rainbow. Rainbow is an arch of color visible in the sky, caused by the refraction and dispersion of the sunlight by the rain or the other water droplets in the atmosphere. To make rainbow, it is because the rain reflects the light from the sun. White color dispersion into several colors, so we can say that rainbow. What is rainbow? A rainbow is an illusion. It is something that you can see but you cannot touch it. A rainbow comes up when it's raining and sunny. When the sunlight is hit the rain, it breaks into the 7 colors of the rainbow. Next, we continue to sight. Seeing thing. Can see an object if it is a light source. Example, star, lamp, and candle. If not light source, what will happen? We cannot see something. This is the star, candle, and the lamp. There are light source. Reflect light. We can see an object if it is reflect light. So, like this, and like this. This is the mechanism how we can see an object, how it works, how if there are no lights. Okay, this is the mechanism we can see an object when there is a light. The mechanism is light falls on the object. This object is a tree, and the tree will reflect light into our eye. So we can say light falls on the object and light is sent back from the object and enter to the eyes. Sent back we can say reflect. We can see because they reflect light into our eye. How come we say to this picture? Okay, light falls on the homework and homework reflect light into our eye. We see an object when light on it and into our. The moon is not a source of light but appears bright because it light from the. Okay, let's we answer that. We see an object when light falls on it and reflects into our eyes. The moon is not a source of light but appears bright because it reflects light from the sun. Now we continue to perception of colors. Why we can see this is red? Some people say this is red, it is almost red, or sometimes say brown. This is the perception. Different people may be different perception. Why we say this red? Okay, we know light consists of several colors and form white color. Then when light falls on an object, red color will be reflected. So we can say red light reflected, red color. How about the green? Why we say leaves always green? White color falls on the leaves. Only green color can be reflected by the leaves, so we can say leaves color green. How about the other color, for example the red, blue, purple? They will be absorbed by that object. Only green color will be reflect into our eye. Okay, if we explain this, light falls on the object and the object reflect light into our eye. So we can see that object. We can make a conclusion. To see an object, it must has condition number 1, light, number 2, the object, and number 3, the eye. They must together light, object, and eye. So it's possible to see the object. This is optical instrument to help our vision. Eyes, glasses, telescope to see something far from us, and microscope. Microscope to see something tiny. Micro is tiny, and to help us to see tiny living things or non-living things. Optical instrument, not only telescope and microscope. We can say periscope also. They are optical instrument. Okay. Thank you very much for your attention and enjoy for this video. Thank you very much.